right, welcome to Flight 27. This is a pretty funny one. We were hanging out here on launch for literally hours, like I think over 2 hours, just waiting for conditions to line up. As we can see, there's a ton of clouds, and that is not usually a good sign for flying unless they're nice, big, bubbly cumulonimbus or cumulus clouds, which these are definitely not. These are some high scattered clouds, which points to an inversion layer. There was a couple times birds came out of the sides of the mountain or whatever. I'm like, oh, birds, it's turning on, it's turning on. And then they'd be gone in a second, and we were just back to waiting. So sometimes that's just how it goes, and you know it's going to be a sled ride. And the sled ride just means it's a flight without any lift. You're just riding the air straight down, kind of like on a slide or a sled going down a hill. So one thing Andy was talking to me about was, he's like, okay, you know it's going to be a sled ride. Try to work on something. Try to work on aerobatic. Because in thermic conditions, you're going to end up in aerobatic situations. You know, you get like a wing flipped or like a high nose up or a high nose down. It's just good to have that practice and awareness to know how to get into and out of those situations. Coming up to launch on a day like today, I'm waiting for a good cycle, and that basically just entails no tailwind. So waiting for still wind essentially, and then here we go.
Oh, it feels way better up here. Yeah, I'm liking this harness position for sure. Definitely some sinky air.
So here I see somebody hiking on the trail, and I'm like trying to whistle, get their attention. I thought it'd be cool to look up and see a hang glider. I don't know if they appreciate it or not, but I went for it. Definitely feeling that sinky air. We had just watched Micah try to do a couple of turns over here and not get anything, so I wasn't expecting much. But just trying to fly a little bit closer to the ridge and see what I could do.
Yeah, not a lot of lift, bro, that's for sure. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Just messing around here, really focusing on that aerobatic mission that I kind of got from Andy, and really having a blast, honestly, because it's something I haven't thought about doing a lot, like a wing over or anything like that. Love sticking the hands out. You feel like a bird. You feel like you're dreaming. It's the best feeling. I swear, you got to try hang gliding if you haven't already. But yeah, just getting like a full 90-degree wing over is definitely a goal I have for my next, like, I don't know, 6 months of flying. I think it's definitely doable. It's something I really want to try just because it looks like super interesting, like visually, as well as just getting that confidence to really put the wing over all the way. Just looks awesome, and I think it'd be a cool experience. So don't always get to see this. I thought it was pretty cool to include, but flying above a glider, landing, kind of flying the same direction, I think is a really cool shot. And it provides some good perspective of what it looks like as far as what I'm trying to line up for landing.
Well, that was a shorty. Well, I had a good time.
My shortest flight to date, not on a training hill, for sure. Just about across the 4-minute mark. Still got a little altitude, so I'm playing around there. Nothing to worry about except lining up a nice, good landing here. So what could go wrong? You know, it's a nice, calm day. Tons of altitude here. I'm at 650-ish feet. So I'm like, okay, let's do a couple 360s, get a good view at the landing zone.
Yeah!
And just use up this little bit of altitude that I do have. And quite a few 360s. I'm like actually starting to get a little bit dizzy here. So I'm like, okay, probably time to cut that out. A really short flight, but always worth the effort to get out there and fly, because you can sit at home and watch TV for a couple hours. You can sit in your car for a couple hours and then literally fly like a bird. I'm always going to choose the one where you're literally flying like a bird. So coming in here, hitting that nice 40-mile-an-hour mark, that's kind of seems to be what I'm aiming for in a lot of these landings now, and I like that. It's a good number, come with a lot of energy, so you can make some bigger maneuvers if you need to, or just hold it in and really bleed off that speed at that high, inefficient speed. Coming in, put my hand up, pretty good hand movement there. I'm pretty happy with that. Nice big flare. Oh, but a little bit too early. I pull it back in. I really should have held it. If I just held that initial flare and that initial idea, I think this would have landed out a lot better. Didn't end up looking pretty. Thanks for taking the video, Micah. Probably flared a little bit early, but that's okay. And I should have just held it. If I just held that nice big flare, probably wouldn't have dove in the nose there, because I'm the one that's helping the glider pull in, and the glider's also trying to pull in when it's slowing down because it's fully stalling there. And so it's just a double combination that you really get that quick rotational energy going forward, and you have no way to stop that once your feet are on the ground. And so that's why you just have to keep on holding that flare. My shortest flight to date. Thanks so much for watching. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next flight. Peace.